Good evening, North Andover. We are here as the Poet Laureate Committee, and we have Mark Bohr, who will read the governor's um, description of how we do our meetings.
Yes, and this is a rule pursuant to Governor Baker's order that he suspended certain provisions of the open meeting law, um, and this meeting is being held remotely under that guidance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Jason is kind enough to read a poem, his own.
I'll be reading Spring into Being, a poem of mine which I dedicate to the people of Ukraine and President Zelensky. Spring into being. Heliotropic heads incline towards that majesty which sustains and gives their name. Whirling sphere feeds whirling discs. Flowers spiral within flowers. Beauteous symmetry, perfection, angles irreducible illume magnificence of our great arithmetician. If we seek that living light, will she bequeath such golden life? Enthroned in her ratio are scepters root in yielding loam. Night-capped heads awaken, beatific faces warmed by deathless rays, tilt towards eternity, returning the joy in our spirits enkindled.
Oh my. That is so true. Unfortunately.
That was great.
It was. Boy. Very timely. I would like to start with a quick update. See, I can't really find. Who has you have the agenda, Mark, to read it?
I do.
Oh, good. If you can give me the first.
Sure. The first thing after the opening poem is the discussion about the contest, an update of where we are.
Okay.
I was going to review talk about the announcement that I had sent out, and then we can talk about promotion.
Right. Okay. Well, the promotion, I guess, would be the first I have. Let me say that, and then you can take over after that.
Well, actually, can we hold that because there are a number of things on promotion? Is that okay?
Yeah, fine. You go first. Then.
Okay. So I just wanted to check. So I sent out what's going to be the announcement. It'll be an email, and so I'm ready to send it out. I basically just haven't pushed send. I mean, I was going to, but I just kind of ran out of time. So I just wanted, since we were going to have the meeting, I figured, okay, might as well check in and just see if anybody had any questions about what I sent and what was ready to go.
Any questions from anyone? No.
So it looked good. Okay.
Yeah, I think it looked good.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I mean, what I'm already finding is that having done the contest once, the second time around is a whole lot easier because, like, I thought, we thought it through last year. I have the files. I just update them. So I have that. Okay, so I'll probably send it out tonight. I'll copy all of you, and I'll send it to the contacts that I have at the schools in North Andover, and then people who are doing other contacts to other schools, which we can talk about in a minute, can take that information and go from there. The other thing that I did, which you may have seen, was that I set up a blog, and let me bring that up. So in case you hadn't, hold on, let me do that. Take me 1 second. Karen, I think there's a lot of noise on your mic.
Sorry. Let me mute it.
I don't know if it's your disk drive or what. But like I hear motor running or something. Okay.
I'm not able to hear you, Mark.
Oh, when you mute that, I mean, it's not bad. It's not, but I just wondered what it was. So let me show you what I created. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. So, do you see the, I assume you see it, right? It says Anne Bradstreet Poetry Contest.
Yes.
Yep, I do.
Okay. And I'm probably going to play around with it a little bit because it looks a little bit busy with the pictures that I selected as the background. So I might simplify it a little bit. But it was done, it's on blogspot.com and it's the rules. So, and I thought we would use this as another means of communicating with people. And so we'll see how it goes, but we can see about updating it. It's easy to post and easy to maintain. So, okay.
Mark.
Yeah, and if you have any thoughts, please.
Yeah. I don't know if you know for the last 15 years I've been a graphic designer.
Would you like to help?
Yes, I'd be more than willing to help you.
Yeah. So okay, I can give you.
First, I'm seeing it, so as I was trying to look at it, I would love to.
Yeah. I did it. It's not even up to my design standards.
Right.
But it's just one of those things like, okay, if I'm going to do it, let me just put it up there. Actually, the biggest question that I have is a domain name through Google is really cheap. I think it's $20 a year. And I was thinking of actually getting a domain name for us to have. And so this is where I wanted to see what people's thoughts were. Would it make sense to have something called Anne Bradstreet Poetry Contest .net or something like that? And what do people think?
Preferably .com if they have it. If that's not taken, I would go with a .com over a .net because by nature people tend to just type in .com.
That's true. It's just that we're not a business,
Right, but it doesn't have to be.
Matter.
It doesn't really matter. That's more of a technicality.
Yeah. And there are many other choices too, but then again, those are things that people don't necessarily know yet,
Right. Yeah, and then the risk too that if, say, down the line somebody decided to take a .com, that can get confusing. Or you have the primary. .com tends to be the primary, and then net, right. And what goes down the line, so to speak.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I do think that a website would be a good idea to have all the information in one place, and then also another place to post the winners so people can go back and look at the past winners' work.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, I mean, I guess I want to think about the .com because I'm not convinced, Krista. I know that's like the automatic, easy, and it's good to keep it simple. It makes it easier for people to find.
Right. I know don't tend to think like .com as a business, but it's not really. It's the primary. Like, right. The difference would be if we were, say, a nonprofit, you probably wouldn't want to use a .com. That's where it gets a little iffy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or in the back of my mind, I go to South Church in Andover, and they must have been early in getting their website. They are southchurch.com.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Some places just have an initial. Smithsonian Institution is SI. It's even earlier.
Although although they're probably, if they have that, they're like si.gov or something like that. I'm not sure. The other choice would be something like, what was the other thought that I had? Oh, US would be that's another one, .us.
I think the com. I vote for com myself.
Yeah, it's simple. It's the
.com is what people will find.
yeah.
It's known to everyone.
Okay. I'll see if that's available, and if it is, I'll reserve it. For $20, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, Jason, what do you think? Is that okay? What?
Yeah, I mean, the .com or .net are used by individuals as well as business. I mean, my nonprofit uses .org, and I was .gov, government, obviously. I mean, unless it was something the town provided and made it a .gov,
Right.
Uh-huh.
or unless it ever needed to get nonprofit status. But I mean, at this point, I would just grab .com, and the other reason is to prevent somebody from, with up to no good from hijacking it to
Right.
create maybe a paid poetry contest to try to get people. I mean, they could spoof it and then say $20, Venmo it here. So you want to be able to think about risk management. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. If it's available, I'll grab it. If it's not, then we can talk further. How about that?
Well, do you want to pick a second one in case you have to go to another one?
Yeah.
Want to suggest something?
Then I would do the .net.
If the .com is not available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think both were available.
Pretty sure they are. She's not that well known yet.
I mean, it's a long name too, Anne Bradstreet Poetry Contest. So it's not like, there are different Anne Bradstreet ones that are not available. For example,
Well, I've got AnneBradstreet.org.
See, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's from 2009, I think.
Okay. All right. Good.
Okay, then next, do you want me to mention the schools yet?
Yeah. So the next thing is promotion. So
Okay.
you go.
The schools I've contacted would be the Brooks School and the St. Michael School, which is elementary and middle. Brooks has not gotten back to me yet, but the St. Michael's sounds very interested in participating.
Good.
Yep. So when they do a lot of poetry, she said, during April.
Okay.
Perfect time, which of course everybody does because it's National Poetry Month. So
Good.
It sounds very good, as though we didn't have St. Mike's last time.
That's good to hear.
Yep. So, and I can still pick out the, do you want to set up who's going to pick out judges, or what we did last year? That is not that hard to do. We don't need that many per section.
Yeah, although it is good to get enough, it doesn't hurt to have a good number.
Okay.
The other thing is that all of us who would like to participate can be on the judges panel. No, actually, if all of us who are involved in seeing the submissions can't be judges. I take that back. So, like, depending on who organizes the submissions, that takes them off the judging.
I see. As far as seeing the names that were connected with each poem.
Right. Like last year, Bridget and I I received the poems and Bridget organized them into groups.
Yeah.
So depending on who does that, I mean, Bridget, if you want to do it again, that's good.
I no longer have a laptop. It would be really problematic for me to do that this year.
Okay.
So I'm open for volunteers who might want to take that task on this time around, because I don't have access to Word or anything that I could really, put it together in.
Okay.
Do you think Jen Paradise might be willing to help us with that? Maybe.
No, I think it should be somebody on the committee.
Okay.
And it's pretty simple where it's just if I think I can set it up this time. Last time I had a problem changing the login to the Google account and Bradstreet Poetry Contest because Google security was blocking it. You know, it was making it difficult. So if we have the same problem we had last year, just to let Krista and Taylor know, what I did is I just forwarded all the emails to Bridget, and then she took them and grouped them, you know, first and second grade, third through fifth, middle school, high school, adult, into a file, and she anonymized them, you know. So she just made it, you know, adult 1, adult 2, adult 3, or I can't remember exactly how you did it. Maybe it was even like all of them numbered from 1 to, you know,
I think I just had a control number for each entry.
Yeah.
I still have the files like in the emails I sent back to people, so I can see what I did. I just can't recreate it. So
yeah, and
yeah,
one way or another, however it's organized, just needs to be anonymized. Which I'm not sure that's a word, but
which was tricky. Some of the kids' poems had like they were superimposed on images and they had their name in the image, so I was like blurring it out kind of thing. Some of them were a little trickier than others, but it's very doable.
For the artwork, yeah, you never know where the names are going to be.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm thinking we can talk about that. We don't have to sort that out tonight.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, promotion. So the schools we talked about. So Karen, you got St. Michael's and you're contacting Brooks.
Yep.
I guess keep trying till you see if you can get a response.
Do you want to put, now I mentioned this last year and I don't remember what the response was. Try to put it into the church bulletin because, especially St. Mike's, if the kids are going to do it, it might work.
I guess ask them. I guess when you contact them, ask them if they can also list it in their, you know, in their church bulletin or in any other things that they say that they have. You know what I mean?
To invite the adults.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get more of.
Okay.
Yep. There may be a something on the town website too.
I don't think that's honestly. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't.
Okay.
I mean, unless people think otherwise. The reason is people go and do business at the town website. They pay bills and things like that. But like posting something there, I honestly think no one would find it.
Well, then probably on each website for each school, maybe that might work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that, and you make a good point, which is when I send it to the schools, I can ask them to post that, you know, on their websites, and also on what else am I thinking? Whatever other announcements they make. And I'm
Monday minutes used to be there. It was given out every Monday.
I contacted the person who runs the Twitter account for North Andover page, and she said just send her an image of the flyer, and she will post it on the Twitter, and I believe she also runs the Instagram page, so she said she would take care of that as well.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot one other place, Merrimack College.
I was going to contact the English department there and send it to them.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
And what I'll do is, I haven't finished the flyer, but I can actually why don't I just share it? Karen, we're going to have to get you a new computer.
Hmm. Geez, I have to get one. This is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, we can hear you. We're just hearing a lot of noise.
Mm. And nothing's happening here. Nothing. Quiet.
Huh. Yeah, like I'm hearing a disk drive running or something like that.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying
I
to.
guess I'll be able to hear it when I listen to this on the television later.
Okay, here we go. Sorry this is taking so long. Okay, that's just the notes. What I was going to show you is what I have. Let's see, let me go back. And I didn't do the graphics yet for the flyer. I think this is it. Okay. And so basically there are two flyers. One of them is has the poem, you know, and I guess I'm, Krista, I guess I'm open. If I sent this file to you, would you like to take your hand at it and see if you have other ideas about making this a 1 page or a 2 page and adding the graphic? I have the graphic of a bottle in the ocean
Okay.
to add to this, but I'm open to if you would like to take a shot at it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Let me show you. Last year, the finished version. Let's see if this has it. I can bring it up. Where is it? Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Sorry about that. This is what I put together for the cable TV. And let me show you if I can. Sorry for this. Go back. Okay, here we go. If you can see that. So this was one flyer. And then the second one was this one. And so the idea was that the schools could print this out if they wanted. But if you'd like to take a stab at it with the starting point that I have this year.
Yeah. Yeah. What you have so far is it's a lot to work with. I mean, a lot not in a bad way. I mean, a lot in a good way. Like
yeah, like the materials there.
Yeah.
And what it's missing is graphics, and then if you have other ideas about how to present it.
Yeah.
But the idea is to have two things.
Okay.
Okay. And I did some other stuff last year too. Like I said, I did one of them was this for the cable TV, and it was these two things. Oh, those are the homemade street signs from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we performed. And last year I took all the poems and I made a word cloud out of them. This is, and one of the choices you can do a map, and this is the word cloud. So the most common word, given that it had to do with a dream about America, this is what came out in the shape of United States. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Just out of curiosity, I couldn't tell what kind of files are they?
These here are JPEGs, from the stuff that I did last year. but the source files are Microsoft Word.
Okay.
All right.
One thing, the map,
Yeah.
could you do something like that with a feather plume?
Oh,
And-
sure.
yeah, I would love to see that because that's the quill that you
Yeah.
use with.
Yeah, I could use an Anne Bradstreet poem as the input to that, or you know, a group of her poems.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That might be a nice touch.
Okay. All right. So we've talked. Let me go back to. We talked about. So I'll post it on Facebook. I'll send it to the schools. Krista, I'll send you the two flyer materials, 2-page flyer. Karen's got St. Michael's and Brooks. And Bridget, if you can forward it to Merrimack, that would be good. What's the best thing for Twitter and Instagram? You want something kind of simple, right? Simpler.
Probably more visual than
Yes.
like a graphic rather than a bunch of words, because
Yeah.
Twitter, if you're scrolling, you just see like an image. And same with Instagram, and you could always put more information in the caption of Instagram. So we could just have maybe more of like the highlight and then ask this woman to put more information in the caption.
I could do that as well. I can use Canva for that.
Yeah.
Make up some quick graphics.
Okay. All right. That would be good.
And what's the timeline for the designs?
I'm going to send it out to the schools this week. So if we could get something out by like the end of next week, that would be good. I mean, we have, it runs through April, so we have some time, but kind of the sooner the better.
Right.
But like, yeah, if we could do something by the end of next week, that would be fine.
Okay. No problem.
Okay. Aaron, the other thing we had talked about was possibly putting the flyer up in stores.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
So what do people think about that? Is that worth doing? Have it out in stores in the downtown in particular?
Route 114, 133,
Yeah.
different places. Harrison's roast beef would be very good.
Any place that has a public
Yep.
bulletin board.
Visitors.
Even Starbucks, because usually their bulletin board is right there while you're waiting in line.
Yep.
Something to look at.
That's
And
good.
Krista, that's what when I made this, that's what I was thinking of. But I'm not sure that between the two of them, I think it should be reworked into a single one that is an invitation and has the kind of the basics of what to do and what it's about. And then you can just point people to the website.
Right. So yeah, so getting the let me know the .com versus the .net.
Yeah.
Cool to get that on there.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that in the next day or two.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can do something that's more visual and easier to process. Okay. All right. So I guess, Krista, when you have a flyer, you can send it out to people, and once we have it finalized, then people can just, here's what I'm thinking, just via email, say what places that you can take it to. How does that sound? You know, each person can take it to, 3, 4, 5 places, and just let everybody know where you're posting it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
And even some churches don't have bulletins, so maybe we could give it to them to put in there. Maybe might have like a temple and oh no, that's Andover. Forget that. No, never mind.
That's true. Okay. I mean, anybody who knows an organization or a church or whatever, and who goes to one, I guess, Karen, that's what I'm thinking, is that if you have a contact, you could ask. I don't know that I would myself contact them out not knowing them personally.
Right, that's true. So whichever groups go to that person and have that person take it to the office.
Right.
I agree.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just making notes. All right. I mean, I think if we, between having the website that point people to, and getting it out to all the schools, and posting it at stores. It. Oh, actually, the one thing we didn't talk about, so I think all of that will be good. Let me just complete the thought. But the other thing that I think would help is those signs that go on streets. And Taylor, do you have a price for those?
I do. Let me just pull up that. So at Staples, a set of 6 would start at $77.
Okay.
Target has blank ones, a 6-pack of blank ones where I could write on them with like large markers or paint pens, something like that. And a pack of 6 is like $30. They're generally kind of expensive. I don't know if you consider $80 expensive for a couple signs to have someone do them for you, or I or someone else could do them for half that price. I emailed UPS for a quote. They have not gotten back to me. And someone sells them on Etsy, but I think they are also around like $80 and would take a little bit longer than Staples to get here.
Yeah. How long does Staples take to do it? Is that like a week or less?
Yeah.
What's the price if you do more than 6?
So the 8 was 103,
Okay.
92 cents. It says it starts at.
Okay. And is that single color?
So it depends on whether you do black or white, if you print a color, and if you do double-sided or one-sided. I think these prices were for double-sided because I assumed you'd want to see it coming and going.
Right. Right.
But I think I also priced them in black and white because I didn't know if it would just be words.
Yeah.
Or also a graphic.
What do people think?
I can also go into a Staples either tomorrow or sometime before our next, tomorrow or the next day, and see if they have. I know they had a sale, but that was like last week that applied to the signs. But it was because of President's Day. But I can see if perhaps if I say it's for a town committee, they'll do some sort of discount on it.
I mean, you can ask.
I don't know if they care.
Right. I mean, I don't want to say anything. This is corporate America, but anyway.
Basically.
Is there a way can we get a tax letter from the town? Not pay sales tax, or would that work?
I don't know. Actually,
I could always go into New Hampshire and purchase them.
true. So I guess what do people think? Would 6 signs be enough? Do we need more? But what do people think about it?
This may be crazy, but could we get a small donation from, let's say, a combination of the school department, the library, and the town? I mean, we sure wouldn't need much from any one of them to get enough. I mean, we've never ever asked anybody for money.
Yeah.
Never.
Do you want to ask?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Bridget, do you think that's impossible with the libraries?
I don't want to speak for them. I don't know. You can ask.
Okay. Well, I just see. We'll see. It's worth a try.
Okay, Karen. Yeah.
And even I don't know if this will ever work, but even like the Democratic National Town Committee.
No, I wouldn't think that they would do that. I mean,
I don't know. There are a lot of people on that committee that love poetry.
well, I see what you're saying. Just
It's just on their own.
Basically ask if people would help.
Exactly. Not so much from the committee. No, that would not work.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if Ann was Democratic or Republican. I'll try.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to think of a comment, but you know what? This goes the direction I was thinking, which is, do we put it out there in different ways to people in the town, and ask for contributions to help support this? And if we got 10 people to each contribute $20, then we have $200 to make signs.
The people who were at that common last May, remember, Jason, how excited they were and how many there were there?
Yeah.
I have a feeling if we ask, it might work. I mean, we have a list of people, don't we? The winners of last year, at least. Maybe go and ask the parents of the kids.
Well,
Anybody be willing.
Are there regulations about doing stuff like that, though? I mean, we're not a charitable. I don't know. I'm
not sure either.
Comfortable. Like, if we ask people for, individuals for donations, I don't know.
Might not be able to do it.
I mean,
I think next year we really need to mark our calendars to apply for a cultural council grant, because it would be so easy, and we could get all the money we need to do stuff like this.
Right, we have to plan that for next year.
Right. I know we had talked about that, and we just weren't able to do it this year.
Has to be done by October.
Yeah. Karen, do you want to just talk to somebody at the town? I don't know if we talk to Jillian Brothers and ask her, what are the rules related for a town committee to solicit funds to defray costs of an event that they're doing?
Exactly. And we've done these events in the past and never asked anybody for anything. It's always been you, Mark, put a lot of money into last year, I think.
No, not a lot. I mean, the poster, that big poster for the where at the podium where the kids read, that was like $40.
Right.
And Jill bought the decorations, which was probably, it was at the dollar store, so it was probably like, $20-$30 or something.
Right.
I'm not sure what else other people paid for, but it wasn't so much.
Yeah, it wasn't huge, but it still adds up after a while.
So these costs come out of our pockets
Yeah,
as individuals. Okay, just wanted
Yeah.
to clarify.
Yeah, exactly. The
From
town. Oh, go ahead, Karen.
no, I said personal donations from the committee.
Yes.
Really. So that's it. Yeah, I'll see what I can come up with.
Okay. I guess in line with what Bridget was saying, we should find out whether, as a town committee, we can go to the public and ask for funds. Ask for donations.
I will. I'll check with that first.
Okay.
So we aren't illegal, Bridget. That would be bad.
Okay. All right. All right. So I guess coming out of that for the street signs, Taylor, if you could get a little more information and see if maybe, in spite of my comment, maybe Staples would do something and give a discount for a town event. We're not an official nonprofit, but we're a town committee, doing a community event.
Okay, and so just when I go in and ask, you want them two-sided in black and white, or is there something you wanted to put on it that would be in color?
I was thinking it'd be good to see what the prices were between black and white, two-sided black and white and two-sided multicolor, 2 or 3 colors.
Okay.
I think color would be better. Some color would be better.
If we're only going to do one other color, I definitely think of red because the town colors, the kids are red and black.
Right.
And maybe just the words Ann Bradstreet Poetry Contest in red. So
Yeah, and then you could put the website underneath. That
Oh.
way it just says Ann Bradstreet Poetry Contest and then the website, and then people will just go to find more information.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe submissions open, through April 30th, something like that,
if we could possibly do it in a general form that you don't have to do it every year too.
Right.
April 30th could be the end every year. There's always
Actually,
April 30th.
Krista, I'm putting all this towards you as a graphic designer person. I mean, if you want to think about it, something simple and effective as a street sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing, Taylor, it might be worth trying. I don't know if they're going to be less money or more money, but Minuteman Press in Andover, because it's more of a local print shop, they may be more inclined to help out and give some type of discount.
Okay. Yeah, I can go there too.
It might be worth trying.
Minuteman Press, you said?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. That's yours, Taylor. I know they're in Andover, I guess, but they're, like you said, they're a local business. Okay. All right. Any other thoughts about promotion for the contest?
There's masspoetry.org, which has an events calendar, the statewide events calendar. I don't know about promoting it there for asking for entries. I don't see that they have something there, but when we do have our event finally, it's kind of an underutilized resource. I always check it.
Yeah, actually, you're right for the celebration event.
Right. I'll send it right now.
Okay.
There's the link to the statewide calendar.
Okay.
So for the actual celebration, it should go on there because it's kind of underutilized. I see like Concord and some other towns use it, but
yeah, right. Because maybe you were thinking this, since this is a North Andover event, it doesn't really make sense to advertise it
Right.
outside, right? But once we have the event coming up, then we could we want to promote it so that people
Right.
come out, and I think people will be interested in coming out. There's another Dawn Sign Tech is a sign company in North Andover. Taylor, if you'd like to try that.
Okay, Dawn Sign Tech.
Yeah. Okay. They might be that they're right in town. Okay. All right. Unless people have any other thoughts about the contest, so we'll have to talk about judges. I'm thinking, Karen, if you want to start reaching out to people and just collecting some names, that would be good.
Yeah, I've already got a couple who said they would help.
Okay.
Yep.
And I think we got a little bit of time for that because that's. But yeah, I mean, if you want to email people, you can start doing that.
Okay. Very good. Anybody else got ideas for judges? Any people that they'd like to talk to? No? Okay.
Like I was saying, any of us who are not involved in the organization of the poems could be judges, and I think we should do that. I mean, I think it's really a neat thing to do to read the poems.
Yeah, we could keep the people on the poetry committee to plug in where we really need help later. When you decide, we find out how many people say yes. If we need somebody to help with certain level, then we can put you in something, quickly.
Okay.
If I'm not organizing them, I'd be happy to be on standby as a judge. Preferably for the adult poems, but I mean, I'd take any group.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, Taylor, just to note, Dawn Sign Tech is behind Stop and Shop in that area somewhere. So, but I'm sure if you look, you can find them.
Is that on the Turnpike Street?
I guess it's off of that somewhere.
Okay.
That's flagship area, you mean? Flagship Drive.
Oh, you know what? I don't know that street. Whatever it is behind Stop and Shop.
Yeah. That's the name of the street.
Okay.
If it's on Flagship Drive, you're exactly right. Okay. All right. Hold on. Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Are people still there?
Yeah.
Okay. I did just the sound cut out. Okay. All right. So the next thing is just we have 2 open spots on the Poet Laureate Committee. And Karen, you had one name, Ed Wong.
I did. I think I mentioned this to everyone before you came on.
Oh, okay.
That I couldn't find Ed. I'm trying to still look. I'm going to go over to his house if I can't find him. Because numbers, every time I call the number, it just rings.
Oh.
There's no voicemail and there's no answer. So I hope that maybe I don't know, if he has different numbers now, these would have been disconnected.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You know what? When I send the email, I think I'll send a separate email to the 2 contacts who expressed an interest in the poetry contest and ask them if they might be interested, or if they know of somebody in the school who might be. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay. All right. So, Karen, so I think that's it as far as the contest.
Oh, yeah, I think you've covered it all so far. We have to, we're not going to talk about another meeting until at the end of this one, correct?
Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, before we finish, let's pick a time to meet again,
Yeah.
where our next meeting is. Okay. Karen, did you want to is there anything to give an update on the Ann Bradstreet statue?
Okay, well, there's not too much that's changed except we have a lot more talk going on, wouldn't you say, Mark? A lot more people are contributing thoughts about how it should be, where it should be.
Yeah.
And I like that. Just as you said, you would like the common for her.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I want the library or the early childhood center. And did you say maybe we could have more than one, but it wouldn't be a statue?
Right. That is.
One would be a memorial stone of some kind or something.
Yeah, or some marker or some,
yeah,
poetry plaque or poetry. Not a plaque, but
have a presentation that would have.
Yeah, right.
On it, right. And
but
then,
I guess okay.
Then the other is the oh shoot, it's out of my head. There's the statue, and then there is I can't think of it. I'm sorry. There's that's about it for now, though. It's still in the process. It's not anywhere near done. Oh, we got a new person on it, Tracy Watson.
Right.
Tracy Watson is a new person who's been added to the Fab Five, so now it's the Spectacular Six or something. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
There's no real name for it, but it's a very good it's a good group of people who are very dedicated to doing this.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be done somehow, sometime. Oh, that's it. The story wall. I'm sorry. The story wall. That is an absolutely delightful presentation on posts that you walk through a little path. And it's mainly, I believe, at a child's height. So it's been done with books.
Uh-huh.
Little stories from pages from different well-known books. But it could also be done, I think, with poetry, children's poetry and artwork. Okay. I'd love to see it done that way. And they liked the idea at the library. That's who suggested it, were the library trustees. So that's another one that's probably going to happen somewhere. And again, that could happen more than one place. That's a really wonderful project, and it's been done at these libraries. The first one was in Vermont, and oh my word, they did such a great job with it. I've got the link if anybody wants to see it. I can send it to them to have you look at the one up in Vermont. And it's all over. They've got them all over the country now.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
All right. And then just I have the monthly North Andover Poet Corner. I didn't have one last month because I started a new job, but I'll be back this month on the 4th Tuesday. Lately, I haven't been having features, largely because it takes extra time to find a feature. So I've been just doing it as an open mic, and people have been coming in and enjoying it, and they've been good events. So,
did you ever talk to Paul Marion?
No.
Do you know Paul?
No, I don't. I know the name.
Okay. He was the UMass Lowell English head, and he lives in Amesbury. And he did remember the Merrimack Valley magazine? He writes articles for them quite frequently.
Oh, okay.
And he'd be great if you want to have somebody new that's from another area. He would be wonderful, and I think he might do it.
Okay, I'll make a note.
Anybody else have any suggestions for people they'd like to hear?
I mean, I can ask some of the people I've done anthologies and things with. If there's
Good.
anybody that's,
Yeah.
Are they all local?
I mean, like some of them I think might be in Massachusetts. I know like what Richard Blanco used to be. I think he lives in Maine.
He's in
But
Maine.
I'm
Right.
saying if it's Zoom though, and if you just want
Yeah.
somebody
Right, yeah, we could do
New
it that way.
England or
Sure.
Yeah, actually, Jason, if you have someone you'd like to invite, I mean, one of the reasons I don't invite people is because I don't get out much anymore.
They write songs about you, Mark.
Yeah, well, no, that does. I think I'll write a song.
No, I
No,
said
there's
they've already
there-
written about you.
there's several people I can invite who aren't local. In New York and I mean all over the place. Just about
Right.
anybody. So
Yeah, actually, Jason, if you know somebody,
oh yeah, tons. So
yeah, because you're more active than I am.
Yeah, that'd be exciting because then there are new people we've never heard before.
I
I mean,
mean,
I
I would
might-
love to invite
yeah.
somebody.
I'll see what I can do. That I'll just
Okay.
I'll start contacting people.
Okay.
Good. Thank
All right.
Another one I thought of just now is Paula Turco. You should have her.
Sure.
You really have her.
I had her. Well, I had her group at
Powwow.
the Powwow Poets at the Stevens Estate last summer.
Oh,
No,
okay.
No. Was it my group or was it Frost? I actually can't remember now.
I know they go together sort of. I can't remember which one is which either. But
Right.
the Powwow River have quite a few good people too.
Right.
And Isabella Van Merlin. What about Isabel?
Actually, she would be a good one.
Oh, she's great. Yep. And Helena, did you do Helena yet?
I have not.
Oh, Helena Minton, put her down.
Okay.
Jim is another one. Pilar. I mean,
Yeah, I kind of wanted to for like new people. You
okay.
know,
Well, Pilar, you haven't had her, have you? Pilar,
no, I haven't actually. She would be a choice. You know,
she's
for that.
wonderful. She's
Okay.
wonderful.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Jason, if you want to suggest a person or two, I'd love to invite them.
Sure. I mean, I know. I mean, tons of people that if it's in the evening after work and they don't have anything, Zoom's pretty easy to jump on. So
Okay.
I'll put a word out soon.
Okay.
And it's the
Cool.
second Tuesday of the month. They'll be on Zoom for now.
Fourth Tuesday of the month.
Fourth Tuesday. Okay, got it.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Karen, the next thing on the list is for the junior poet laureate at the high school. And I think there were a couple of emails, but I guess we haven't done anything else. Have you done anything else on that?
I have. I just sent something to Jen. I really haven't gotten on that yet at all.
Okay. All right. Well, let's keep working on it.
Right.
You know what? I had a suggestion. I just thought of this. In terms of the name, how about if we call it the Youth Poet Laureate instead of the Junior Poet Laureate?
Okay, the Youth Laureate.
And the reason is because the United States now has, and a number of cities have youth poet laureates.
Right.
Which Amanda Gorman was.
The first.
I thought it was a better name, and it capitalizes on that.
It's descriptive.
Right.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's good.
Okay. All right. Any other things in terms of arts and poetry, music, things going on to announce, to talk about, to share? Come on, Jason, I know you must have something cooking.
Oh, nothing right now. I mean, just as long as I guess I should always put a plug in for the Poets with Masks On from Finishing Line Press.
Yeah.
That we'd like to see that one read more, and it's it's pandemic poetry, and do the plug, I guess. It's myself, Richard Blanco, Molly Peacock, Ellen Bass, and Melanie Sims, and a bunch more. So it's actually one of the better anthologies I've seen, not just because I'm in it. So keep an eye out for it.
Actually, you're reminding me, I want to get that. So
Sure.
Okay, good.
Right. But that's it. I mean, otherwise, nope. I don't have anything else. Nothing cooking right now.
Okay.
Wait, Jason, what about your bald eagle sighting in North Andover?
Oh, that's right. I've had a few bald eagle sightings actually, in North Andover and Andover. It's like it follows me around, and I may have seen it earlier today also, actually, over by the what is that, the drugstore over there. I don't know, North Andover, but keep your eyes open because there's a bald eagle in town.
Well, did you see it ever over at the Lake of Chigwick? Because I believe there is a nest there.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it there. Just like over at the Stop and Shop, and over in North Andover by that. What's the drugstore I use? Whatever. I don't pay attention to business names. There's a drugstore there, and a chicken place, whatever it's called. It was flying over there, then it was flying over here over my apartment the other day. So,
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's
Wow.
made a home here apparently. So keep your eyes open. That's exciting.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
It means we're getting healthier again, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I think the only other business then is just to set the next meeting where we can talk, and really the focus then will be promotions and then lining up judges, and seeing how things are going, seeing how the and picking someone to organize the poems. But we can talk about that at the next one.
Okay. Well, you want the 24th or the 31st?
I guess I'm thinking the 24th, because then that would be time to get the street. We can talk about street signs via email with some prices, and
Okay.
you can see if you have people who who might contribute to it. You may want to once we kind of know, we're thinking two-sided, two-color, and maybe 8 of them, which would be like $100. But maybe we can get it cheaper. If we can get it for $50, and then we can get just a few contributions. Maybe even one contributor would just pay for it.
Right. Taylor, is 2-color going to be a lot more?
I can find out. I think it's whether or not it's black and white or color.
Matt,
I don't think it doesn't matter how many colors. But
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it would just be less if you just picked one more color.
well, perhaps at these smaller, more local businesses, I think with Staples it's either black and white or it's color.
Okay.
But I can check with these two as well and see if it's just black and red.
Okay.
Instead of asking for a whole bunch of colors, if that would make a difference.
Right.
And I can email that information out before our next meeting.
Okay.
Has anybody, I just thought of this with the colors, multicolor. Has anybody been to Friendly Toast?
I have not.
Yes.
Oh, have you?
I've been to the one in Boston.
Oh, I never heard of it before I saw the one here in North Andover. But I wondered, since they're a new place, and boy, did they have a mob of kids in there when I walked in during the vacation. And then I turned around and walked back out because it was so noisy. It was just too much. But those are the types of places, if you know of any place that just opened recently, it might be a very nice, welcome to the town to give some type of small donation to something like this. It's worth a try.
You're new here. Give us your money.
So yeah, I might try in there. I don't know how the management works at all. It might be a franchise. It might be something from California for all I know. I've never heard of them before.
Right. Well, Karen, what do you think? Do you want to try, like, once we get a price, try your circle of supporters?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So do people know, does the 24th work for people?
Anybody it doesn't work for?
Yeah. 24th of March.
Yeah. Thursday.
As long as it's at 6 and not 7, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
fine. We're good with 6.
I think
Okay.
I can do that. All right. I think we're all set. I'll send out the minutes with the actions highlighted, and and so people will see that. Actually, let me just go over it quickly. So I'm gonna send out the contest rules to the schools, and that way they'll have that information. And to Krista, I'll send you the 2 files, the draft poster, so you have that and the rules, and then you can work with it and make up a couple of different things that we're looking for.
Okay.
A one-page flyer and something, a graphical thing for Twitter and Instagram. And before that, I'll also finalize the website name.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then once we have flyers, then we can share those, and we can each take them out to stores. Okay. Aaron's going to keep working on schools. We talked about that. And I guess the rest you'll see under the actions. Okay, so I'll stop there. Okay. All right. I think we're all done.
Yeah.
So we can adjourn.
Thank you so much. As Bill said, make sure you totally disconnect so that we do not have any very interesting discussions that we don't know we're having. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
So see you on email and on the 24th.
No, 24th, right.
And maybe sometime in person, once the weather gets better, and we can meet outside for poetry.
That'd be nice. Very nice.
And Jason, thanks for the link. I'll include that in the minutes.
Yeah. And we'll talk to everybody on the 24th. Bye-bye.
All right, great.
Bye.
Bye.